What's going on, everyone? Goddrifter here, and welcome back to another live stream. This is live stream number 46, and well, today is drifting time. So, let's see, what can we do here? For the most part, I'm gonna be drifting around with the Chevrolet SS, or for most European countries, so it's known as the Holden Commodore. Um, any further ado, yeah, it's time to actually create a drift lobby, because why the heck not? Um, I haven't done Red Rock yet, so this is gonna be a little bit new for me. So, um, there's that. All right. All right. So, okay. So it's actually so usually when my setups are four is legit for at least one or two tracks. Um, And the East Toge is not one of them. In fact, I'm pretty sure I built these cars for tracks such as Springstone and Red Rock, as well as San Palezzo, which I believe no one actually uses. I believe that no one actually do those type of what's that called? All right, all right, all right. That's actually not a bad track to actually do tandems with. But unfortunately, a lot of people are stuck with using either, um, for the most part, it's either they use, well, it's one of the two things actually. It's usually, um, yeah, it's either Springstone or East Toge, and usually it's either the two. And Red Rock is uh, all right. Okay, so Red Rock is good if you want to actually, you know, drift around a course or something. But and again, there's East Toge, and then there's also Springstone. Yeah, Springstone. I have not seen anybody drift San Palazzo before. I think it's because it's usually like like a test of for the most part it's usually like testing out tunes or something like that. Um, Springstone is literally the only one that I know that actually has like a really cool thing about it. All right, so I'm gonna put it on nighttime mode. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it so far. Okay, it has been since I drifted the 240 with the SR20 attached to it. Hmm. Yeah, so it does like a fly mode. Yeah, basically my cards are literally built for specifically Red Rock and Springstone. That's basically about it. Uh, East Toge, I don't think that's gonna work out, and it is because of a specific thing that actually is for me to trace very well, and that is my adhesive. All my cards had 120 adhesive, but in order to make up for it, I actually turned down the turn out the blah, and turn down the tire pressure, which makes me able to drift, but it sometimes actually grips up and well, it goes into one direction. Horizon. Okay, it's actually not bad. Alright. Okay. It's time me to pick a different car. Alright then. Let's see. You know, I've not done the RX-8 yet. Is it not? I've actually driven any of the only vehicles I've driven so far, most of my favorite JDM cars, which include the FC, um, the S13, as well as the Midnight. Um, okay, this is gonna be hilarious. For those that don't know, I actually have vehicles like that, having one color on here on the outside, and the inside literally just um. hmm. But actually, this is a very good question. And this is a question that I've been asking myself lately. How come everyone is actually putting in what type of adhesive that they need in order to join the lobby? Like, that actually makes no sense in my opinion. Like, doesn't, like, most people that actually, in fact, a lot of people don't even know what the adhesive is used for, other than it's like, oh, it actually changes your type of tire. But if I remember correctly, the last time I tried 9 adhesive, it was on the Soro, and well, let's just say it didn't drift as well. And that's because at the time I did not know about tire pressure. So most likely in my logic, regular tire pressure plus 90 adhesive equals it doesn't drift so well. In fact, I'm pretty sure I remember correctly, it just, you know, spin out. But for the average person, that's basically redundant because of one thing and one thing in particular. And that is, well, your tire pressure. And in terms of tire pressure wise, lowest being very grippy, no, lowest being, excuse me, really slidey, but while the highest is a lot grippier than, excuse me, it's a lot grippier than, in most cases. On the other hand, usually when it comes to like the tire pressure stuff, that's usually used for like drag cars and stuff. Oh my goodness. Alright. I forgot to change my steering wheel. Hmm. Yeah, so what was part to get used to on how to okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. Alright. Keep in mind it has once actually driven the S chassis. So most so more than likely if my skill seems to be a little bit too new for it, too new for like a experienced drifter. Well, not I'm not experienced in terms of like drifting wise, but uh, for the most part, it's actually not that bad. Hmm. Hmm. All right. I'm not. Yeah, it's been a while since actually just DS13. Um, but in actuality, uh, you know, yeah, I have driven S13s in other racing games, but this is the first time we're having troubles driving around an S13 in any form of game. And the only game I know that during the S13 that wasn't a problem was Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2, and that was a PS2 game that took place in Japan. All right, let's see. Actually, now that I thought about it, have I been in a car meet in a while? Oh, actually, hmm. Okay, there's only like one bumper option for that one. Um, okay. Let's see. Remember correctly, it was no, well, not no everything, but it's like, oh, does it have no fenders or does it not have a hood? But if I remember correctly, this has a bumper, which I know that for sure, but the hood was missing. So, okay, there we go. Hmm. Okay, the reason why I'm changing parts for this car is because of one thing in particular, and that is because, well, most people have already noticed that my roll cage is a different color, as well as the hood. Not the hood cover per se, but more like, um, okay, I need to change that. Need to change the taillights because I actually it's very tacky. But all right, I think let's go. All right. Hmm. Yeah, I think I've been noticing a lot of people putting, oh, it's like, oh, the adhesive must be 9100 in order to join this lobby. And it's like, gay? Like, I usually allow people with any adhesive to join because, well, my opinion, so for the most part, in my opinion, you don't need to be like, need to be like locked to like a certain type of adhesive in order to actually join the lobby. And not to mention, I usually just do this for fun. And if my 370Z looks like a racer out of Fast and Furious, well, roll however you want it. I still like the way it is. My God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. Basically, yeah, that's a pretty good question. How in the world did I get stuck so fast? And again, I did kind of noticing that out of everything that happened in this game specifically, a lot of people that tried to cover up the color just so they actually have the, just so they can actually have an open hood, um, or actually have a hood delete, doesn't realize that in their eyes it looks very tacky and unfinished. Like the only thing you see is legit the door seals as well as many other things. And it's like, what the heck is going on here? And it turns out they try to cover their paint with one thing and then um with one design and then cover the rest with the other. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're doing too much. Stop it. um, but then again, they sometimes learn from their mistakes, and yeah, it's actually not a bad idea. But yeah, for the most part, it's kind of true. It's kind of true. Where, oh yeah, I went to I want to paint this car, but it's too expensive. I want to actually wrap around this car. It's like, oh, I want to wrap this car for free. But in the end, it will look very tacky and basically unfinished. Um, Alright. Let's see. Okay. What's up? Something in my eye. Hold on. Alright. Holy crap. Alright. Hmm. I should probably do a. Should should I do a. Should I do a like a front delete on this car? Because I really want to do that, and I haven't done that one in a while. So, yeah, there's that. Oh, it's Carnage. Actually, it's been on since we saw him last, and he's in. Let me. Okay, that thing I hate the fact that you don't have free camera. It's when you're on like everything other than a like a bumper cam or something. And it looks like looks like something that Red Bull would make. I don't know, but it seems a bit familiar. Oh, okay. It has been 30 minutes, so time to talk about today's racing cliche. And I haven't done these in a while, so bear with me. And well, today's racing cliche is actually going to be me talking about something I have not talked about yet, and that will be, well, engine swaps, particularly engine swaps that are from other manufacturers. Now here's the thing: when it comes to um, engine swaps, Forza seems to be the first one to be there. Seems to be the first one to actually do engine swaps. That's not true. In fact, Tokyo Stream Racing 3 was the first ever game, actually, first ever racing game to actually have something that was an option for, and that would be the engine swaps. If you want to add more power, engine swap it. If you want to be in a higher class, stick in engine swaps. But um, but pretty sure that was the only game that actually in the actual franchise that actually took up such a thing in Tokyo Racing 3, and it has not been any other game since. Then Forza came along, and oh, we have engine swaps. If you want to actually, swap an engine or two, can actually make a car faster. Don't guarantee how fast it's gonna be, but it's gonna be fast nonetheless. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And it is until finally Need for Speed not Payback, Need for Speed Heat actually has this option. And Forza Dawn over there, Need for Speed had over 7 to 10 engine swaps, which is pretty much a lot more than yeah, it's pretty much a lot more than Forza. And but you have to keep in mind that there are literally 130 cars, well, 120, let's see, 128 cars if you didn't buy the well, 129 because literally one of the cars came in as DLC, came in for free as DLC, and then the other hand, it would have been 134 cars if you had the deluxe edition along with the DLC package. Um, yeah, it was actually wasn't a bad I so it wasn't a bad idea, but then again, um, if Payback actually didn't use the card system as the performance upgrades, then it would have been a good game. Unfortunately, because of that, we had well, it was not only was it not only that the upgrade system was terrible, but it actually is plagued through loot boxes, or in Payback's case, loot crates. So most likely, what kind of engine slots do they have that's superior to Forza's, or within superior to Forza's? If the game had more support. Well, for the most part, it ranges from having you can literally rotary swap any car you wanted. Uh, you can actually VA swap any car you wanted. Heck, you can even VTOL swap something. And it was gonna be ready to do from a Lamborghini's 6.5 liter V12 or Aston Martin 5.2 liter V12 to even the forged versions of each motor. So most likely things such as the things such as the forged 2 liter 4-cylinder with a turbo, a forged 2.6 liter inline 6, to even a uh, forged 5 liter V8 from the Jaguar F Type. To heck, even a forged 4.7 liter Windsor motor that actually is ridiculously powerful for what it is. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. In fact, a lot of people didn't realize this, but you can even swap a AMG GT motor, well, to be specific, the AMG GTR's motor, into a modern Mercedes hatch, and it would have been, oh yeah, that's a proper Mercedes-Benz, since it actually has the AMG GTR motor, and it actually is hatchback. So yeah, someone's winning this race at this point. But so yeah, why do people want to do engine swap so much? Well, it's three things. The first one is power. The stock engine doesn't acquire much power, and let's see, well, it's not requiring much. It doesn't require jeez, I try to think something here. Well, it's not the fact that it doesn't require power. It wasn't powerful enough. So they end up swapping the engine to a different extent. Um, it, the really very good example is the Nissan 240 model. Excuse me, more specific, the Nissan S chassis line. Usually, in any other country, they usually came in with either a CA, a KA, or SR. Unfortunately for the US, we end up sticking with the SRs. Unfortunately, along with the single overhead cams, we couldn't do anything. Uh, Especially when it comes to the K24s. Usually, those type of cars are not cars. These usual type of engines are prone to fail at some point throughout its life. But the thing is, um, yes, there's an engine option that a lot of people usually swap their engines to, and that would be the SR20. To be more specific, either an SR20R or the S120B. The SR20B. So you're wondering, what the heck does the SR20R SR20B stands for? Well, the reason why I say SR20R or SR20B is because of the color of their valve cover. Well, their engine cover, my mistake. Because usually when it comes to the SRs, they're usually a red top or a black top, and they're kind of different in every sort of way. So which one is the SR20s usually go for? Well, they usually go for the red tops because of three things. One, they more actually has more rooms for in order for it to turbo it. Two, the vehicle. Two, um, they usually last longer, and three, they're from the newer models of the S chassis. That will include the S14 and the S15. S15 in particular. Okay, but why the black tops? Well, the black tops are the ones that are usually the ones that came in with, to be more specific, uh, they usually came in either the 180SX or the Silvia S14s or Silvia S13, depending on which one you're trying to get. But that's one of the reasons. The second reason is that they might have shoddy engines. That will legit include um what's that called? That will legit include any engine that actually had an engine failure. So that's a swapping for a new engine, or they might swap a new engine entirely. So let's just say that the 370Z had a 3.7 liter V6 that actually has a damaged engine, and unfortunately, the engine may or may not have more than two cylinders left. So what do most people usually do? They usually either swap in a new 3.7 liter. They might either swap in a VQ37HR, or they might swap in even a 3.8 liter VR38D TT from the Nissan GTR, and or a VQ30D. No, wait, is it VQ or the VG? I can't remember. All I know is that the motor for the Q60. But either way, it will mean that they got to properly have the engine cooperate with the transmission, which that's already a problem in and of itself. Since, well, if you try to use the new engine along with the old transmission, the transmission is not gonna last long, and not to mention, it probably is gonna be very tedious on how it is. And the third reason, they actually want to actually, and their reason is actually a fun one. It's because, well, they want to. Okay, let's just say that they want to swap in a powerful engine, but the reason they do this is so they can actually debadge the vehicle, and it's like, oh, and it's not gonna be like not gonna be like like for example, a lot of people, let's just say they want to swap in the M3's motor from the E92, and they had the 335i, and they debadge it for it to be like a 328i, and they actually, yeah, they actually got people. It's like, what the heck? Are you sure it's not M3? It's like, nope. Nope, this is a 328i. It's like, okay, let me see here. It's like, oh, okay, this is a 335i with a, wait, that's the M3's motor? Oh my god. It will confuse the mess out of everyone that actually, like, doesn't know how logic of, like, that extent works. It's like they swap in a 4v11 for an Evo 10, and they put in the Evo, not Evo, and they put in the Mitsubishi Lancer GT, and then they debashed it as the ES. Oh my god, that would've been, that's actually the funniest thing of all time. Like, you swapping the motor just to debash the vehicle in order to be a lower spec of it, and then just gabbing people left and right. And it's like, what in the world? That makes no sense. Like, why would we do that? It's like, dude, it's funny. That's the only reason why. But here's a big question: where do the engine swaps come from? Well, it came out around the 1950s. Yeah, 1950s. And that's when most cars are, is one of two things. They're either ridiculously small and they can't fit anybody, or they're ridiculously big and they can actually fit an entire party. Sorry about that. What else? Um, okay, here's a couple examples. Um, well, let's see. Even though Edge was in the 50s, the 1960s was the one actually swapping and, well, being a competition. And that reason is because they were, because in the 1960s is when Le Mans happened. And when it comes to any particular engine swaps, they usually went for, with Chevy, is you have a 350 and it's like, you know what, let's swap in a bigger engine. They usually swap it with a 383 or a 454. With Fords is usually, oh, I've been swapping a I've swap a 4.7 cubic inch 4.7 liter V8 that actually made a lot more power than the last vehicle. It's like, okay, then what's the last one? Well, Dodges usually, they already came with a powerful engine, being a 426 heavy, but they can actually swap it with a 440 Magnum V8. And keep in mind that usually the Magnums usually come in many vehicles, ranging from the Challenger to the Charger, to even something as simple as a Coronet and or a Polara. So yeah. But then again, more racing games may or may not have the ability to have engine swaps, which is probably gonna be changing the game entirely. And most likely, this thing is going, like, engine swaps are gonna be a trend for newer racing games to come. In fact, if Forza has been doing this for years, even though Turbo Simulator 3 had done it since 2005, and not to mention Need for Speed was the only game I know. Need for Speed is the only game that that most of us know that is famous for engine swaps and Need for Speed Heat. Then there's might be a silver lining that we may or may not have more games to have engine swaps in. And heck, there may be other options of engine swapping. So things such as, well, some of the new games that are about to come out soon, and heck, Car Mechanic Simulator actually has engine swaps. I'm about to switch cars, but yeah, it actually is not bad in terms of like what kind of engine swaps they might get. But that also means that it's going. What does this mean for Forza? Will they actually back down with the engine swapping for now, or are they going add more engine swaps, or they're gonna be the same thing as the last couple of Forza games where it's like, oh, we have 4 to 5 engine swaps. So that would be it for today's racing cliches. Um let's see. Not the Evo this time. I'm gonna be picking. Yeah, hey, I have a surprise for you. I put a newer style in a certain car. I swear to God, if it's Adam LZ's 240, I swear. This. Oh, actually, I haven't used this yet. Give me a moment. And I know you're thinking, like, man, it's not even Adam LZ's car. It's like, oh, my bad. It's because the more I think newer style, I'm thinking Adam LZ, and it's like, no hate for Adam LZ, but still. um, Man, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so for you, future racing game developers, if you want to add engine swaps, just, well, I'm not gonna say the research like many times, but just do it correctly. Because sometimes it's not, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, it's basically the way it is. Alright, so that's today's racing cliche. Um, hmm? Oh, alright. Well, I don't know when this version was made, but it's the newest, I think. Great. Alright. Well, I'm already back in the new lot. Well, I already made another lobby, so, um, there's that. Oh, it's Truck Stallion. Okay. Hmm? Uh, Let me look it up. Hold on. Where is, oh, that's my phone. Let's see. Torque Stallion. Torque Stallion. Hold on a moment. Um, let's see. Hmm. Oh, I'm still looking. Um, okay, so for the most part, it's almost new-ish. Some reason, once you, but let's get, yeah, there's holes in the back. Yeah, I actually did notice when I got the kit. I'm like, wait a minute. Did my car have, like, say, wait a minute, what's with the, hold on, what's with the holes in the back? I was like, oh, wait a minute. It's for ventilation since there's no air conditioning. What in the world? Uh, but most likely from what I've seen, yeah, it's actually, it's getting painted. So, it may or may not have new stuff going on. Um, yeah, it's actually it's I'm guessing that's like, oh yeah, that's gonna be a new thing to recreate. Cause oh snap! All right, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. We're good. No always crash bar on my car, so I'm good. Okay, don't use cinematic when you're drifting because it does not work out as much. Oh my god. Yeah, ain't. Alright. So yeah, the only thing that's in between everything else is that I have a bumper delay on this. And instead of a bumper, it's a crash bar. So yeah, that should be safe. Probably, probably not. I don't know. All I'm hoping is that I don't follow the follow the vehicle. Let's see. All right. All right. Well, I was thinking of it. I don't think anybody actually drift this version, not this version. I don't think anybody drifted the Judge before. I think because this car is usually it's usually a cop car. Most people don't want to actually drift around a Judge car, and it's like, as you don't, most people don't drift around a cop car. It's like, okay, so the SS is actually not bad. The only thing that you have to worry about is the long wheelbase. That's usually about it. So it's kind of like it's like drifting the Charger and or the C class. The only difference is that well, it's not as long and it's actually not that bad of a vehicle to drift with actually. If I can, there we go. Oh snap. Oh jeez. Yeah, I have not seen anybody drifted the judge before. I think I'm the only one that actually drifts this mess. Oh Jesus. Okay. I was thinking when I see not top it, when I reach 50 episodes, like every single live stream is gonna be dedicated to one certain vehicle, and I'm gonna be using that vehicle the entire time. But usually, yeah, I'm about to switch cars as well. But yeah, I've not seen anybody actually drift the judge before. Like that's the crazy part. No one actually has drifted the judge, and the only time someone will drift the judge is because of hide and seek. That's basically that's the only reason why people will drive that. Um, okay. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if this red is like exaggerating, but I think the green is just basically put it to be top of the why you do this list. Oh my god. Alright. Ugh. Alright then. Yeah, what the god dang already? Alright. Oh, that's Ryan Turks's Corolla, if I remember correctly. And then there's Jay Lightning that's just doing his thing. Alright. Mm, mm. Oh jeez. Okay, I think I need to switch. Need to switch to a different vehicle. This car is way too slow for. This is slow for the Corolla, and I think the Corolla is too fast for me. And god dang, I'm gonna just slow down a little bit. Um, okay, there we go. goodness. Alright. Why do I have a feeling that that car is gonna get me for some reason? And why am I not surprised the moment I see yellow, I see an arc? I'm about to switch cars, so I'm. Hey, hold on. I was like, wait a minute, that dude, the gumballs gonna get me legit. This like, hey, you wanna go Gapplebee's? Like, it's drifting, dude. It's like, let's go to Gapplebee's. My god. Okay. So yeah, S13 is a bust. Let's see. Oh, actually, I don't think anybody has. I think some. For some reason, I think most people will join the Challenger already. Um, you know what? I think like this is only will be the last car I'm about to drift in before it's like end the live stream, and that'll be my Magenta S14 with with the wheels that are clearly not meant. Clearly, the wheels are meant for to be different size. So literally, like the front's supposed to be like really expensive wheels, and then excuse me, and then the front wheels are supposed to be like supposed to be like where the wheels rear wheels are. Um, it's not and oh for the love of God, is that a Supra? I'm pretty sure that's a Supra. And oh, I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. Are those? Oh my goodness. I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I'm over here thinking like, are those legit stock wheels they still on the car? I mean, it was changed the wheels, but by the time I finished with the car, hmm. And heck, I even use heck, even if I know when to change wheels, but for the most part, it's not redundant. It's just that and pretty much is not in ignorance either. It's just that just my question is like, why in the world do you keep the stock wheels when actually you can actually change the wheels you have? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's Brandon's new Supra. Okay. you good? Well, yeah. I'm like, wait, that's Randan's new Supra that um they actually recently gotten. And I'm over here with my my Magenta S14. What the heck? Did you reset the car by accident? And oh god, okay, so yeah, I'm lagging a little bit because, well, that because of that logo that's right next to my speedometer. Okay, okay, it's actually gone now. All right. Hmm. Okay, that wasn't bad. It was actually, if anything, it was actually pretty decent. But but yeah, that apparently 1,000 horsepower suit that drift is actually a thing. I mean, then again, they actually have engine swaps in Car Extras Racing Drift 2, and I do believe they're gonna add that to the list of things as well. And it's like, wait, you can actually engine swap now? Pretty much. Along with 6 extra cars, and this should be a decent update. Alright. Oh jeez. Okay. Oh my goodness. Alright. Okay, it was alright. Um Alrighty then. That was pretty fun, not gonna lie. Uh Alright. Um. Oh, actually, this is. I. Oh, I completely made something last time, right? Last time I'm gonna be changing cars. Um. Okay, so this time, car is in the lead, and is his lead, and I fall. So literally, it's like it's leading chase. But unfortunately, it keeps on being. Oh yeah, the lead keeps spinning out, or the chase keeps on flying to the wall or something. But usually these type of things usually happen. No, I'm gonna add another thing to the list of Thursdays live streams. Usually, um, it's not the fact that like, oh yeah, a new update. It's basically when a new update comes out, but if it's not, then it's usually just a random live stream that is gonna be going into. So you never know. It could be another the crew 2 is gonna be it will have been it could be another oh my bad. It could be another Need for Speed. It could be another Car X. You never know what's gonna happen because it's usually random live streams. But if there is an update if there is a legit update that's supposed to come out as soon as Thursday, then I'm pretty much gonna be live streaming the new update instead of what's gonna happen. I don't know when. Okay, so I know that GTA is supposed to have another update, and it's probably gonna be the last up, and it's actually legit. Probably gonna be the last update. So it's gonna be 3 mini updates, and then the final update is gonna be a big one. Okay, that was climactic, but nonetheless. Uh, Sorry about that. Oh my god. I guess something, something more loose. Oh, okay. Dang, autocorrect. Okay, I'm about to change cars as well. Even though, yes, I did say that is going to be the last time I'll be switching cars. Um, God dang it. I bit my lip, my during last night, so, oh man, it still hurts. And it's not the bottom part, it's literally the top part. Oh, okay. Alright, time for me to pick on, time for me to, choose the lady-driven um, Mark II, and this is the JZX90 model. I just learned that just now. Totally not a made up chassis name. Um, so when it comes to like identifying any Toyota that's from the 90s, 90s/2000s, um, sometimes it go by the J's, but usually it's like, okay, so it's the JZX for example, like the JZX90 will be this. JZX100 will be in the car later down the line. JZX is the JZA70 and JZA80 are both Supras, and then um, I don't think the AMR2s are actually what's that called? I don't believe that in terms of like what kind of chassis that the AMR2s may have. I think the AMR2s had like I think they have W in their name, so it's like okay, there's the AW11 and there's the SW20 and then there's the ZW30 if I remember correctly. I don't know, but yeah, it's usually something like that. Whose GTR is that? I am actually confused on who drives the GTR in a drift competition, unless is the well, I know that I forgot what his name. Because like the reason I know about it is because of Torque Drift. That's basically the reason why. I don't know who actually drifts around a GTR, but eh, it should be fine. No, my cars are recreations. Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Who drifts a GTR? I'm really confused about that. So that's is the same thing with your Miata as well, or it's like that's your only two cars that are not recreations. Oh crap. Okay, I'm good. I apologize about the pink smoke, but it goes with the theme of this car. Oh my goodness. It's like all those cherry blossoms. Nah, dude, that's pink smoke from that blue, blue chaser. It's like, wait, seriously? Wait, no, it's not a chaser. This is a Mark II. Oh, great! I don't know my cars anymore. Oh my god. It's like, oh yeah, there's a JZX100, there's a JZX110, which is basically a chaser. I think there's also a 120 version, which I believe is still a Mark II, but I believe, oh great, I think it's the bubbly version of that. I don't know, but it has been since I played Tokyo Senior Racer Drift 2. I might need to look them up later down today. So there's that. Oh jeez. Well, this is what happens when you try to drift something that you can actually fit a family of two in. Well, a family of four, but that's besides the point. Um, yeah, it was not that bad. Like kind of kidding, smoke is daily. Ay, ay. It's like that's not cotton candy smoke. Like wait, there was it. It's the smoke of love. Like well, that's probably deadly too. Oh my god. Okay, dude, I need a smoke screen. Alright, got you, bro. Wait, what are you doing? I am turning off my front wheel drive. It's like, dude, what? Why? It's like, to do this. Scare! This is just a full on. Like, it's gonna be a full on blanket of pink smoke. And it's like, wait a minute, where did they go? It's like, dude, they left. It's like, what? How? It's like, dude, I'm pretty sure he did donuts in front of us, and literally, it's gonna cost us the majority of this hung out this conversation. I was like, ah, great. Alright. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ay, ay. Jesus Christ, how many people are joining in? Alright. Door, guards okay. Alright. So we have an S15. Alright. Wait, then what's the other guy driving? Great. That's the $1 million question. I was like, who in the world else? Wait, actually, I could just check the. Okay, he's in the S15. I'm the only one in the Toyota. Come on, guys. We have a GTR. We have two S15s. I'm the one with a Mark II with literally Lady Driven as a banner, cherry blossoms, and pink wheels and a pink roll cage, as well as pink tire spoke, or as Carnage like to call it, the deadly cotton candy spoke. That's basically what it is. He's gonna take over. God dang it! It's like one of us, one of us. Oh my god. I think yeah, the S15's coming back. My god. And it's like, yay, Nissan takeover, and there's just one person, a Toyota. It's like, okay, I'm confused. Why is there a Toyota and a Nissan takeover? It's like, because I was in here already with this car. This is, it's join the you, join us Toyota. Never. It's like, what in the world? Oh my god. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a Nissan. Hold on. It's not the why autocorrect? Uh Trust me, I know. I hate the fact that oh my goodness, like keep on all correcting me. So he joined Leah's Toyo. I was like, dude, what? This is join a Toyo. Never. It's like okay, that makes no sense in context, but it's funny. Oh, actually, I have an R33, aka the legit underrated. Actually, no. The reason why it was underrated in the first place is because of Initial D. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this, but my goodness, I'm like, who in the world is like, whose bright idea is it to actually give us? And it's like, wait, actually no, I think if I remember correctly, he's like, man, I bought. He's like, well, first got balls in archery too. That mess was literally defying my logic. But then I bought an R33. That mess was a piece of crap. I was like, what? That makes no sense. Wait, didn't the R33 beat the R32 like a couple of seconds? Like, what the heck? That makes no sense. And it's like, okay, so I was like, okay, I think it's because like since it's bigger and it got a lot heavier, it's like okay, that at least makes a lot of sense. But for the most part, it's not that bad. And then he's like, oh yeah, and then now and since I bought another R32, and then I bought an R34, and it's like the R32 but better. It's like, my guy, it's also an R33, but it's also better. Oh my goodness. Alright. Alright, I got my R33. And I see two S15s about to, well, not crash each other, but we should be fine. Oh, tears are oh, come on! Oh my god. Okay, at this point, this is getting ridiculous. It's like, wait, hold on. One guy was in a Toyota, and now he's in a Nissan. And now this guy wasn't in a Nissan, now he's in a Toyota. It's like, pick one or the other. It's like, we can't. RB, RB25, oh wait. I think it's on RB25 on RB26, but either way, it's still a GTR. Yeah, I was actually surprised when I ended up playing Juice 2 again, and I realized that the funny thing about it is that there's one GTR, there's one GTST, and then there's one GTS 25, and they're different skylines. And I was like, okay, so which ones are they for? Oh, it's a GTR. What about R32? R32 is a Nissan GTS, Nissan Skyline GTSC. It's like, okay, so that's the rear drive one. Wait, what about the R33? And it was the GTS 25M. I'm like, okay, they give us the lowest trim level for the R33, the second highest trim level in the R32, but when it comes to R34, oh, they give us the almighty GTR. I was like, man, I can't believe this mess. Hold on. I give up for the give up to the junkyard with you, Supra. You Supra. The Supra is not that bad. It's just that a lot of people, when they think of the Mark V, they think, oh, it's a BMW. Like, dude, that's a Z4 chassis. It's like, dude, you can't read the badge and don't bother reading it at all. Ay, ay. Ow. I'm okay. Oh, snap. Okay, so this is gonna be another 3 minutes. This is gonna be the final racing cliche of today, and that is the two. You're gonna laugh when I say this. The 2000s car trends. Things such as neon, Y-body kits, Fast and the Furious, decals, vinyl, etc. Most of these people will have known these things. It's because a lot of people judge them by the way they actually make their cars look fast, but they're not fast at all. In fact, pretty sure most people will call them racers, or as many people will say they're called boy racers. Now, what does the 2000s have to do with today's topic? Well, everything. Ranging from how we see body kits, decals, and big wings and wheels to this day. In fact, let's start off with the 2000s. The 2000s it was alright. It was pretty peaceful. Until the Fast and Furious came in a year later. And let's just say that neons, decals, and everything else here, or well, decals everywhere. In fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have actually wanted to actually make the cars look fast and stand out. But the thing about this is that since it's the 2000s and it was based off of the movie, usually when it comes to vehicle inspections, a lot of people fail them. Why, you ask? It's because, well, the neon. And keep in mind, this wasn't LEDs. No, we're talking full-on tubes of light that is literally bolted to either the side skirt or the chassis. Either way, it's pretty much redundant to actually you know, trying to park these if your car is bagged, or you don't want to actually damage the, well, you don't want to damage the actual, well, the underglow, then you have to boil it down to 1 to 2 places, either the trunk or the inside of the car, which understandably makes it a lot worse. Um, yeah, it was actually yeah, it was actually well, the trunk is fine, but just be sure it's not, you know, throwing something heavy that might damage the underglow that's in the actual. Well, it would have been called a trunk glow, which was a popular thing back in 2002, 2004. And yeah, the 2000s was a weird time, especially when it comes to to this particular show, Pit My Ride. Now, Pit My Ride was a show in MTV back in 2004 and ended in 2008. And yeah, the show spanned 4 years, and then it also spanned almost 7 seasons. And I'm not kidding when I say 7 seasons, it's because half of it was because I think it was, well, no, I believe it was 4 seasons. The first two wasn't West Coast Customs, while the other, I don't know if it's either 4 or 7, I can't remember. But the other half of the actual show is in Galpin Autosport, or to simply put, it was in gas. And let's just say that it was pretty interesting. In fact, West Coast Customs, I think, is still in business. It's just that many people don't seem to think so. In fact, if anything, it's more like they give us a lot of entertaining reasons why to actually laugh at the cars. And most likely, you look at this in 2020 or 2020 or the 2010s, you probably would think, what the heck is wrong with us when we like this show? I mean, then again, we were young back then. We didn't even know better. It, ay, ay. All right, now what was I saying? Oh yeah, but yeah. Either way, it was. I mean, that show was pretty entertaining, and actually, in my opinion, the best not the best season, the best episode was when they actually taken a Chevy bread truck and they fitted jackhammers. And what I was wondering, what the heck? You mean like the tool equipment? No, there's an actual speaker was known as, well, something along the lines of jackhammers, and those things are 32 cubic. No, wait, is it cubic inches? Yeah, it's 32-inch speakers. Which, keep in mind, those speakers are bigger than my arm when flexing, but still, they're big nonetheless. And not to mention, they have a one, and actually, it can actually, it has a decibel of, they have the hearing decibel of over 180. 180! And that's louder than any straight pipe vehicle. Well, yeah, it was really impossible for most people to actually get in without having their ears blown off. But, yeah, that was an interesting trend back then. You know what's also a trend back then? Wheels. To be more specific, Dubs, TISs, Giovannas, you name it. There is a 28-inch rim for that too. Anyways, And oh my god, he's in an R34. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me. Alright. Now. Anyways, so for the most part, the trend is it's kind of like this. When you have a truck or a, well, any muscle car from the late 60s to early 70s, and you had giant wheels, you're pretty much the cool kid. Like, no joke. You had like, you had some really expensive wheels that are literally legit a lot more expensive than the car itself, then you're good. That totally was, that's totally what was the trend back in the 2000s. Oh my god, what we were thinking. Oh, and especially if you have, if you had like legit 22s or 23s on an exotic car, you're totally were the cool kid. Oh my god. I am not exaggerating when they're saying that when it comes to the 2000s, if there's more than a lot of stuff onto the car than it is, or if there's a wheel bigger than that, then you're basically golden. But if you try to do that mess in the 2000s, let's see, in the 2010s, or even 2020, not only you get pulled over, but you'll probably gonna get a ticket for every single thing. Oh, you have underglow. You had giant rims. You have Oh, you might have hydraulics. Oh yeah, keep in mind hydraulics was also a thing back in the 2000s, where they fit hydraulics onto the car that wasn't meant to fit them. Keep in mind, and oh my goodness, and this is the worst part. The worst part is the vehicles. Well, it's not the vehicles themselves, but it's more like if they give us let's see how do I say this? If they give us a lot of stuff, then it's pretty much gonna be an interesting fact that it's like, oh, don't worry, it's totally not gonna make us crash or anything. Oh god, it was so bad. Oh, and well, you know what else was in the 2000s? Suicide doors. No, not suicide doors, my bad. Lambo doors. And yes, Lambo doors was a thing back in the 2000s, especially suicide doors. Oh my god, you're wondering how many people got confused on how actually gotten scared on if they don't want to break the door or not. Simple. It's like, okay, how do you open this? It's like, oh, it's suicide door. So it's literally the levers in the front. Oh, it's like, okay, that totally makes sense. And last but certainly not least, um, yeah, needs to be underground through. Where's no? Scratch that. Uh, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 through Need for Speed Pro Street was the racing games back in random guy. I had 19s and I dude, I got 20s. Random guy in the back. I got 30s. Oh my god. Hashtag 2000s. Wait, no, actually, I think 30s was like the biggest wheel. I don't think they made 30s back then. I'm pretty sure they make 28s. But my goodness, you had 32s. Oh my god. 32s is how you still driving that thing. So you can legit roll over you can roll over any moment. It's like, oh, don't worry, it's not that bad. It's like, for real? Are you sure it's not that bad? Oh, actually, I forgot about the decals. Oh yeah, those were a thing. If you had like a design of it, it's like, okay, he pretty much wins. It's like 2000s, pretty much, yeah. Oh my god. Especially if it's like on an Escalade or like any tuner car that actually had like it's not like bad parts, but oh jeez! It's like, oh yeah, don't worry, the car doesn't have bad parts. It's just that it has more stuff than we can probably think of. It's like, oh, you mean like that dragon themed speakers or the dragon themed shift knob? Yeah, pretty much. Oh my god. I don't know what people were thinking in the 2000s where it's like, okay, don't worry, it's not as bad as they thought it is. I mean, then again, it was within the time of, well, Fast and the Furious. And heck, even the owners of the Fast and Furious cars were wondering like, okay, what the heck is up with these designs? Like, you got and you got like reactive gladiators, you got some chicks riding on rockets, and it's like, dude, what the heck is this? Oh my god, and it's even more insulting if you see the super fast film! Oh my god. Are you good? Sorry. Anyways, what was I saying? But yeah, it was even insulting. You see the super fast film, and oh my god, it was so bad. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty much the the epiphany of cringe in one film. And it's like, okay, that absolutely makes no sense. Wait, no, the worst part was the fact that if anything, most people will call Fast and Furious movies paradise or paradise per se, but what else is there? Um, yeah, it was like, oh yeah, you have like a cool decal, and it's pretty much, oh geez, like I said, is you have a cool decal, and you basically had it on a cool car, and it's pretty much done up to the point where it's like, oh yeah, it's actually customized. It's like, yeah, it actually looks good. But then again, guess what? I can't speak today. Guess what? Guess what manufacturer came out of the 2000s? Scion. And for those that don't know, Scion was the younger company that was focused on youth. Basically, if you have like a teenager that wanted the first car and they wanted to look cool in it back in the 2000s, that would be a good choice. Scion had the XB, the TC, the XD, heck, even the XA. And for those that are wondering, what about the FRS or the IM and the IA? Yeah, those didn't come out to the 2010s or 2010s, basically. But dear lord, I cannot believe how many people actually gun these XBs, and they were done up to the point where it's like, oh my goodness, this thing is legit like it's like a platform that a lot of people didn't realize they have. And my goodness, and heck, my neighbors had one. I see, heck, two of my neighbors have one, and both of them are XBs. And it's not the curvy one, it's the boxy one, and that is legit too small for most people nowadays. But yeah, the TC is actually not that bad of a car. In fact, in my particular opinion, I would prefer I prefer the facelifted model from the 2010s to 2016. But my goodness, Scion was legit making big for the past couple of years. But yeah, without a doubt, 2008 was, oh god, 2008 was literally the worst year of that time, and that would have been the stock market crash. A lot of car companies actually had that invested many vehicles had the stock market crash, which pretty much which it was like, okay, it wasn't a thing to buy supercars in that time. And yeah, it was pretty bad. In fact, it was so bad, a couple of car manufacturers actually had to shut down, and that would include and include 3% of the GM products. So that would include Saturn, let's see, 3 manufacturers in that uh, in that case. That would have been and these 3 manufacturers from GM were Saturn, Hummer, and Pontiac. And Saturn was already out the door. Hummer was already out the door because of the gas prices, and they almost cost. Yeah, it's all. It almost a lot of people almost lost a lot of money because they're refueling these ultra expensive trucks. But Pontiac was a different case. The reason that Pontiac discontinued is because of they didn't sell so well. In fact, I'm pretty sure I remember correctly, a lot of cars that were from Pontiac came from Australia. So things such as the Pontiac G8 was one of them, as well as the GTO. And oh yeah, you guys wondering what about 2006 and 2007? Well, let's just say that 2006 had the best looking. Um, let's see. Wait, no, 2005 had the best racing game. Well, actually, it's tied between the second best racing games. That will be the Need Speed Most Wanted and Midnight Club 3, and those two were tied because of 2 reasons. One, because 2005 the Xbox 360 came out. Well, it was at the time of the Red Rings of Death in terms of the Xbox 360. But Midnight Club actually had a good year because not only it was like the first ever thing back in the first ever thing back in the 2000s that they finally get to use real cars, but their car requests are kind of weird. And by that I meant they are ridiculously weird. For example, in my opinion, they should have went with either the first gen, second gen, or even the fourth or fifth gen model of the Monte Carlo. And instead, they went with the third generation, which has the lifespan of 2 years. And I'm not kidding when I say this. The car itself was legit. Was made from 1978 to 1980. Yeah, think about that. 1970 to 1980. That's literally the end of the gas crisis. Now, what else was there? Oh yeah, there were many questionable choices. For example, the what's that called? And this is a very good example. The Eclipse. They had the third gen Eclipse in the game, even though yeah, that was like the newest car at the time. But unfortunately, Need for Speed Most Wanted beat them to it with the Force G Eclipse. And let's just say that the people that got Midnight Club 3, that's you both. Thanks, dude. Um, now what was I saying? Oh yeah. Well, when it comes to the Midnight Club people, the Midnight Club dudes, they're wondering like, okay, they got in the first gen Eclipse. I mean, seriously, that car just came out. There's no way they can modify it. They can modify the mess out of it, and it's like, what? It's like, yeah, you're wondering why a lot of people didn't realize that they can actually make Eclipse customizable, and it is for plenty of reasons. One, it was the first gen Eclipse, so it was new, like new, as in Need for Speed didn't get the third gen new. Like it was pretty unorthodox. In fact, not only that they had more tuners than Midnight Club, and even though there aren't any Nissans in back in the when Easy Most Wanted came out, not only there was only no. You drag race, please, dude. Pretty sure. What? Drag. The password is 543897. What the heck? Um. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are drifting. Ay, ay. And not to mention, most of us aren't most of us aren't even in drag cars. That's the other thing. Like we're in legit drift cars. In the world, god dang, it's like EU drag. Like that's. Oh jeez, my bad. Oh god. What is happening? I think you rolled on my rooftop for a moment, but my bad. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, the 2000 was weird. At least it wasn't 2010s, because the 2010s everything was legit out of control in terms of what kind of things that a lot of people were doing to the cars back then. But oh, actually, not thought about it. Wait. Oh, actually, never mind. There were 4 movies in the Fast and Furious that were made. Fast and Furious. It was actually a good movie. To Fast and Furious, although it was hated at the time, I actually enjoyed that movie. Fast and Tokyo Drift. I watched that movie multiple amount of times to the point where I actually, and I kid you not, correctly recreated the car from the Fast and Furious the game, which was a thing back in 2006. Um, and then my least favorite version of the Fast and Furious, which is the 4th movie, it was alright. I mean, it wasn't like Fast and Furious, Too Fast and Furious, or Fast and Furious just good, but at least there was some racing involved. But it was basically about it. That so what can we learn from the 2000s and what's not a thing anymore? I know one thing for sure. Underglow is coming back, but it's not those giant tubes anymore. It's more of oh, what the heck? um. I My god. I legit saw a van just doing a wheelie for some reason. No, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So, yeah, Underglow is back, but they're using LEDs instead of, well, the giant tubes I usually see in real life, which actually is a bit better. No, it's not gonna lie, it's not just a bit better. It actually is better because, well, you can actually take them off and you can put them back on anytime soon. Back on anytime you want it, which actually is pretty helpful. Oh my god! In one way or another. What else is there? Wide bike is a thing now, and also bags are more universal than, oh my goodness, than any vehicle entirely. Um, let's see. Actually, big wheels are, well, they're not a thing anymore, but then again, that's, but then again, there are a lot of people that legit made fast cars with giant rims that a lot of people usually underestimate. Man, it's like, dude, it's a dog. is legit supposed to be very slow. They gotten beaten in a couple of seconds. Yeah. Uh, don't worry, I was surprised when when I saw how fast those things are. But yeah, that's the 2000s. There's no advice for people that actually want to make a 2000s type racing game because they could easily you could easily look at 2000s car trends and then it's like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense than we thought. But yeah, that's the 2000s, and oh my goodness, the 2000s was a. Keep in mind, I grew up in the 2000s, so I may or may not like those type of things back then, but now that it's 2020, which is 20 years later, dear God, how things changed from the 2000s to, well, now. In fact, is in fact is legit the is it oh my goodness, cannot speak today. Because this year is legit the year that the first Fast and the Furious film came out, and it has been 20 years. 20 years, and my God. Keep in mind, I was only one. Keep in mind, I was only 2 years old at the time. Two. Oh my God, I can't. Oh my God, I was only two when the first Fast and Furious film came out. Oh my God, that was. Oh jeez. Everyone good? Ay, ay. But yeah, it was pretty interesting to say the least. All right, this is gonna be the final run before I had to end the live stream. Okay, don't worry, don't worry, it usually happens. I got you upside down. What in the world? Oh jeez. Okay. Someone check the roll cage. Is the roll cage bent up like a pencil? No, then you're good. Ay, but my thing apart the roll cage is on me. I think. Oh jeez, I keep thinking I'm bleeding. Oh God, get him to the hospital. I can't move it. I think it's stuck. Shit, what are we supposed to do? I don't know. Cut the thing off of me. Oh, don't worry, it should be fine. I am dying over here. That sounds like a you problem, not me. What? This is. Oh my God. My goodness, Dark 33 is so underrated. I think it's for a good reason. Because if anything, initially it see initially just legit talked down to the R33 like it was it was like yesterday's garbage. It's like, dude, the R33 did nothing wrong, leave it alone. In fact, didn't the R33 like beat the R32 a couple of seconds by a couple of seconds? Pretty much it did. Well, yeah, that's my final run. Let me just. And dear God. yeah, yeah, like I said, it's like my final run with what's like in the live stream. It was fun though. It was entertaining for the most part. Um, let's see. So yeah, what am I gonna say? Uh, well, it's fun. So many jokes this time, and we have lots with yeah, pretty much. Anyway, that'll be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. I want to see you next. Tomorrow is the Crew 2's live stream. So, for the most part, it's going to be about the Gamera. I know that for sure. As well as the new bike supposed to come out. So that'll be the Yamaha YZF M1, if I'm correct. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, you can follow me on Instagram at Goddrifter247sun Productions. You can follow me on Twitter at GD247S to be notified if a new video or news or live stream will be updated soon. So yeah. Uh, and also, not least, check my Discord at Goddrifter247sun Productions Garage Museum. And with that out of the way, hope you guys have a dope Monday, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.